Hi guys, I'm so excited for another episode of our Quiet Voice Big Impact interview series. I am here today with someone very, very special, someone that's very beautiful inside and out. And I just wanted to share with you this interview series because I wanted to share examples of other quiet leaders that are out there in the world doing their thing, sharing their voices, sharing their beauty, sharing their impact in the world, because I find that it's really important that introverts in general really feel confident in sharing their voice and doing it in a way that feels good to them. You know, we have our own way of, we're built in a way that's on purpose, and it's really important that we honor those gifts and really share those messages and support in a way that really serves us and serves our ideal people. So without further ado, before I introduce our guest today, I wanted to introduce myself just in case you don't know who I am. I am Jennifer Dawn Gabiola of Dawning Soul, and I really love helping introverted leaders own their quiet voice and their fierce power to build brands that make a big impact. And I've been doing this for over 18 years, and I really feel that when you tune into your own inner gifts, you can fully embody who you are and thus fully embody your brand, from your marketing, from your strategy to your presence and your style. It's all like your brand is really meant to be a natural extension of who you are from the inside out. So that's why I wanted to share other examples of women who are sharing their voices, sharing their brands in a way that feels very aligned with who they are. So super excited. Today, I have Bianca Coleman of last week's looks, and I'm going to let her share more about who she is and what she does. But why I wanted to bring her on this episode is because she really has this effortless grace, and it comes from her own inner beauty and her own kindness. She's very kind and very beautiful from the inside out, and I'm so excited for you to meet her and learn more about what she's doing. So welcome, Bianca.
Oh, thank you. That was such a beautiful introduction. That was so lovely. Thank you so much for saying all of those kind things. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. And look at you looking all fabulous in your gold sequin jacket. I love.
Thank you.
Me and Bianca we're kindred spirits because we love vintage.
We do.
So that's a vintage jacket she has on there.
The vintage piece. I'm giving you a la modern day disco, right?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
So if you could share a little bit about last week's looks and what you do, what you're passionate about, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. Last week's looks is the name of my business, starting off of a blog idea I had a while ago. I am a fashion stylist, and I work with female entrepreneurs, women, to help them tap into their inner beauty and then express that beauty from the inside out through their personal style, especially when it comes to exuding confidence and beauty and empowerment and expression in everyday life, and especially in their business and how they show up in their brand and in their videos and in amazing opportunities, gigs, speaking engagements, different events. I support women to answer the age-old question, what do I wear? But from a deeper place of who am I and how would I love to show up? So
yes,
that's what I do in all of the different services I offer. The main point.
Yeah. And I love your approach. It's about appreciating beauty, but then holding that safe space for women to go deeper and to reflect on that. Because I think sometimes in our culture, in our society, people look at beauty as this like, oh, I don't want to deal with that because I'm not perfect. I don't look like this person, you know. But what we're saying is about, you don't have to look like that person. Just embrace who you are, and then you will naturally be magnetic, you know.
Right, because the way that person looks is kind of the kind of secret to it is that typically the way the confidence that they're exuding, the image that they're exuding, you're attracted to it. It's magnetic because of an inner feeling.
Yes.
And yes. That is something that, you know, can happen in any kind of style, in any kind of outfit. And so it's more about, again, like you said, just tapping into what makes you feel beautiful, what makes you feel confident, what inspires you, and then adorning yourself, you know, along the lines of whatever those things happen to be, and you'll always be attracted, you know.
Yes.
It's really the confidence I think we're attracted to when we see those people.
Love it. Okay. So my next question is, what does it mean to you to be a quiet leader?
Wow, this is such a profound question. And thanks for asking. I think that for me, it's the kind of triumph of a journey for me to be a quiet leader. I think so much of my life, especially, but in a lot of people's lives, we're like told to be out there, like constantly out and on.
Yes.
And like, that's how you lead. That's how people want to follow you. It's like, who's the loudest in the room? That's the person everyone's going to go to.
Yeah.
Part of my journey has been learning that this side of me that seeks reflection and seeks quiet and seeks to kind of recenter through peace and calm, that's a part of me that's a really strong component of who I am, and it has the capabilities of allowing me the space to create and to think of different ways I can serve and to really connect with me and therefore connect with my clients from a deeper space. And that because it allows me that, it's a strong part of it.
Yes.
It's a really strong component, and I need to feed that. And so for so much of my life, I kind of didn't, because I have extroverted part of me, like areas of my life or tendencies at times. And so I would just feed that part, or I would kind of overcompensate and act a little bit more extroverted than I really was, right? And so for me, to be a quiet leader has been the process of learning that in peace and in calm, I find clarity.
Yes.
And I find some of my most some of my biggest epiphanies and some of my biggest learning moments and really big aha moments have come just in that silence and in that peace.
Yeah.
And so to be a quiet leader for me is again, just the kind of trophy of saying, look, I have this calm essence about me, and it's a superpower. And
amen. I'm giving you a high five.
Yeah, high five on that. Right? We're all about the superpowers. Wonder Women out here. It's my superpower. It allows me to then to regroup, reframe, and think about all the things that I can offer, all the things that are important to me, and think about all the many ways I can help people, and then come to people with a very clear, concise, and effective way of leading and serving. And I feel like when my attention always out there and I don't take the time to kind of recenter it, I'm guessing at it more than when I recenter.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going for, and then I make those decisions from that very deep, calm, reflective space. I feel like it's always just this amazing outcome, whatever it is, the project that I'm working on or the people that I'm helping. And so for me, being a quiet leader means empowering yourself through your peace and connecting with you. And especially in my business and what I do, connecting with yourself and understanding why you're so valuable and what your worth is and how beautiful you really are from the inside out. All of the different components that, as you know, I call it your people's personal beauty cocktail. That's how I love to reference it. All the different components that make up that cocktail for you. Those are so important to know, because that's the seed of all of your self-confidence, and all of it is really your self-love and your ability to connect with you and what makes you so necessary in this world. And so for me, it's important that I know how to do that, so that then I can help my clients to do that, to tap into that space and getting calm and reflective and really taking the time to reflect on you and how you show up and all the beautiful things about you. And I come up with different exercises to help women do that. Those come from my experience of how I was able to tap into that for myself. And so it's so important to be able to get quiet in that way. And again, because I've been able to do that, I can lead other women to do that. So it's literally being a quiet leader. It's leading other women to know how to get quiet and connect, you know?
Yeah, you lead by example.
Awesome.
You know, yeah, you lead by example. When you tune into your own quiet, that's really a sacred power that you have, when you can tune into your own intuition, when you can feel things out. And then when you engage with people, you don't really have to say a lot because they can feel that you're resonant with your own energy. You're resonant in your own spirit. And you don't have to like sell yourself hard because people can feel your vibe. You know, they're like, okay.
You're sustainably that way. You know, it's not this roller coaster where like, I don't know. It's like it's a through line. You can really sustain that kind of connection if you allow those times, even small times, even like, you know, you don't have to sit your whole life and you know, every day for 2 hours and be really, really quiet, but even just allotting yourself that 15 minutes or whatever it is for every woman to reconnect. And that's kind of the beauty of introverts. You like naturally have a yearning all the time to reconnect, you know, because you naturally have a yearning to kind of withdraw and chill for a second. And in those times, you really kind of plug back in. And so it's a natural gift, really, because you then when you do end up in situations where you are amongst other people, you have this kind of a reserve and like stability in yourself. So it's very sustainable, your sense of self, your sense of self-worth, anything you've gained in those reflective times, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And that's a good segue for the next question. I was going to ask you, how do you express your personal presence as an introvert? So I feel like you're tapping into that when you start with, really, it's really about self-worth. You know what I mean? Like really allowing yourself to take the time to go inward, because that's scary. It's easier to distract yourself with like so much noise on the internet, on TV, with going out. There's just so many things that you can distract yourself with. So for you as a introvert, as a quiet leader, how and as a stylist especially, how do you express like your personal presence?
How do I express my personal presence?
As an introvert,
As an introvert. I make sure that I am as confident as I can be. And I do that by expressing, for me, I'm a creative, so expressing myself creatively is extremely important, and it allows me to see tangibly outside myself, whether it's my outfit or I paint, I do different things, what I'm capable of creating. And that gives me confidence. And I think that when I walk around, because I am so happy in that, it naturally exudes from me. That's what I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of people say very beautiful things, especially recently, which is ironic, about this kind of way of being that I seem to exude without knowing, that is really very like confident, elegant is a word a lot of people use, and it seems in a way like I'm just this extremely confident person. And I've learned that it's because like I show myself, I make it a practice to show myself what I'm capable of through artistic ways, through painting, through poetry, through the way I dress. I constantly am showing myself what I'm capable of. And so that makes me confident. And I find that I can express myself as an introvert without a lot of effort when I feel extremely confident. Yeah. So it just is like people just relay it back to me. Right. And so it's not that forced. It's not forced at all. It's not me going, oh, okay, I have to gather all my energy to go and put on a show for people today. It's that if I walk into a room and I feel like I'm the shit, and not in a cocky way, in a God made me and I'm necessary and I hold value and I hold that space to know that I hold value. When I do that, people are like, hey, what's your name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because people want that for themselves.
Yeah.
They gravitate towards people that are essentially free. You can feel when people are free within themselves. When they have like a free when I say free spirit, it's like that's really what everyone wants, that sense of freedom. And I love that you said that you show yourself what you're capable of, because that you're giving yourself permission to be creative and to express yourself. And I feel like that's ultimately why we're here in general. We're not just here just to do the day-to-day mundane tasks. We're really here to express who we are fully. And by doing that, that's really an act of service, Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. I still play dress up. That's something I really like. So I have a great closet. As you know, you have a great closet too. So I hope you play dress up too. But it's something I'm passionate about. If you like making pots, if you like painting, if you like to architecture and you think you can just draw buildings or whatever it is for you, it's important to just let your creative juices flow. And then remember that that's all a gift. All of that stuff that's in your head is just all the capacity you have to do cool and beautiful things. Yeah. And the more beautiful things you produce, the more beauty I think you resonate with on an inner level. I created this beautiful thing, whatever it is, it's because I have so much beauty in me, it just kind of leaks out. And so as an introvert in expressing myself, I've learned that if I do that and I connect with that, I can live in that more, and it naturally attracts people to me. And there's one more thing I'll say about that is I also follow my intuition. I think as introverts, we're really good at following our intuition around the kind of events, activities, and therefore people that I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
Whether it be groups in Facebook groups or people who I align with, or I'll follow a passion I align with, fashion. I've met a lot of people in my industry who I absolutely love, right? And we create lasting friendships. I've met people through being a female entrepreneur that are just amazing and incredible, and I'm really grateful to have those people in my life. And so I think too, if you follow the roads that light up for you, if you follow the passions and the events that you are drawn to, bloggers or people that you resonate with or events that you resonate with, I want to go learn more about this. I want to go learn a little bit more about that. And you put yourself in those situations from a self-love place, a place of oh, I'm interested in this, I'm curious about this. Then when you go and you investigate that and you explore that and you go down those journeys, I find that you'll meet so many people naturally. And therefore, you're totally eliminating that feeling that I think all of us as introverts get sometimes, where it's we have to show and tell. We have to, go and kind of fake be an extrovert or go and put ourselves out there in ways that feel really, really uncomfortable, versus saying, hey, I have a passion for this, or I'm curious about this. I'm going to go seek more knowledge about it. And if you do that at conventions or Facebook groups or different blogs or different message boards or different travels, if you're a person that's I want to go to Belize, maybe you go on a traveling trip that takes a group of people, and it's for a personal reason, but you will make connections, and they're natural connections. They're not forced connections. And so when I'm not forced to connect, when it's natural, I can express myself really freely. So that's another way as an introvert I've found to be extremely helpful in terms of expressing myself in a way that feels very expansive and not constricting.
Yeah, those are awesome. I agree. When you give yourself permission to love what you love, that actually brings more synchronicity into your life. Lately, personally, I've had lots of like really timely, effortless things come up that I'm like, wow, look at that. Like, seemingly coincidence, but they're not really coincidences. It's
Yeah.
synchronicity. And I read somewhere that synchronicity is when life or the universe says yes. So really, as an introvert, really look at your intuition as that's like life is co-creating with you. Life is always supporting you if you allow it, but you have to be brave enough to listen to the quiet. Be still and then feel into the quiet, because that's where your power is. That's where your insights, that's where your guidance is coming from. So I love that. Okay, perfect. So my next question is, last year you went to the Quiet Voice Big Impact Live Retreat, which was super fun. So what was your personal experience from a retreat last year, and how did it impact how you show up in your life and your business now? Because I know that I feel very grateful that you're going to actually be one of the mentors this year. But I would love to hear, because I've seen it. I've witnessed how this transformation in you over the past year and a half. And so, but I'd love to hear from your perspective how that experience really shifted and how you see yourself and how you show up.
Okay. Well, thank you for acknowledging my transformation. It's been a great year, for sure. The retreat last year was really phenomenal. It shifted me in a lot of ways, because it was similar to what we've talked about here. It was about really tapping into you and your essence. And I love that the theme last year was next level. So it was about tapping into you and who you are right now, and knowing and loving that that's enough. And then also tapping into where you want to be, and figuring out how to get from where you are to this next level version of yourself. And so the work that we did, especially, from day one, was like, okay, no one's playing here. It was so serious.
We're not playing.
No, like it was serious introspection, but necessary for the evolution that took place over those four days. And the environment that was created was so safe and so supportive, that all of us, especially me, but I know I heard it echoed by everyone who was there, were able to really open up and really dive into what we really needed to know in our process at that point in order to go to the next step. And then, we got very clear. We had the amazing panel, the beauty panel, which was awesome. We all were able to participate in that. And through that, I realized the really deep message that we all had, whether or not you were, a stylist like me or Siobhan, or someone who's really into style like you. Everyone still believed that this idea of self-love and understanding your beauty was so very, very important to conveying your brand in a positive light and in an empowering light, and inspiring. And so that having that dialogue, having that conversation really fueled me in the industry that I'm in, because I have a direct line to helping people do that. I have a direct line to helping people really take back that platform and inspiring them to use it to project who they are in a way that feels authentic and beautiful. And so that gave me amazing ideas. So I got to work on myself. Then I got to hear from so many different beautiful entrepreneurs around what they find so important about self-love and self-beauty, and understanding that, and what they felt like was lacking, like what they felt like the resources that were lacking to help people really connect with that. And so that was just a really great experience for me, to see and to hear all of that, and go, hey, I can do something about that. I can help in my own way to really spin that message and connect people with that, and really help people to feel beautiful, look beautiful, exude beauty in a way that's inspiring to others for whatever it is their message is. And then that photo shoot happened, and it was like, that was like the all-encompassing moment, because it's like we did this inner work. I got some great ideas on that second day, just hearing about beauty. And I think everyone in their own way had their own takeaways from that second day. And then you're at this amazing photo shoot that is all about feeling fierce in your quiet essence, and exhibiting your specific beauty and your specific gorgeousness in like a queen-like way. I mean, it was just like, it was one of the best experiences of my life. Like that is just
me too. Like, for real, it was a spiritual experience.
It was so much magic all day long. It was just so much magic. It was so fun, and it sealed everything with this beautiful bow in a way. Like, it was just so all encompassing for the journey we had gone on. And so then, you know, the fourth day of celebration of everything, you know, all together was just incredible. So when I came out of the retreat, I felt I was already inspired, and I felt like my inspiration got cranked up like 10,000, because now I had so many insights, so many tools, so many creative and inspired ideas, so many awesome new relationships that I wanted to foster, so many aha moments, and so many resources to help me as I made changes. So I immediately just started working. You know, I just started like shifting everything, and I had a whole new perspective on how I wanted to show up in my business, how I wanted to run my business, and how I could connect the essence of me that much more into my business. And now again, like it's what I help women do. It's why I'm helping at this retreat this year, which is such a full circle moment, right? Because now now I've made it the forefront really of my business to help women feel essentially the way I feel, and the way that the retreat helped me amplify that feeling. I help my clients feel that. And so it's so cool that I get to do this year, but obviously it had a very profound effect on me, and I'm just really grateful to pay that forward.
Oh, well, as we were talking the whole time, I had goosebumps. So yeah, I feel, well, I wanted to reflect back to you that to see your personal transformation from the retreat, even beyond the retreat, when you even started the course, the Quiet Voice Big Impact Branding course, to the retreat, I just feel like you have really come into your own, and it's really been very beautiful to watch. But it's not, I love what you said earlier about this. It's about that quiet essence. You're like allowing that to flourish and shine, but in not it's not like in a loud or like forced way. It's like you're just allowing your spirit to be free. And that is what makes you graceful and makes you elegant. And that's why I feel so passionate about this retreat, you know, doing it again, is because that magic, I believe every woman deserves to feel that way. That sense of knowing that her voice is necessary, her beauty is already there, and that she deserves to show up and be who she is, as she is in that moment, and to continue to grow and to be excited about that growth and never feeling like I'm not enough. So I feel like you really embody that transformation so beautifully. So that's why I wanted you to be a part of this experience this year, is because you're kind and loving, but you're also fierce. But it's not a fierce from an ego place. It's just like, I know my worth. And every woman deserves to know their worth, and to celebrate that with how they dress, with how they show up, honoring their essence, honoring their presence, because their presence is their power. I keep hearing that phrase over and over again. Your presence is your power, and I believe that, especially for introverts. Yeah, like a friend of mine reflected that back to me. She's like, Jennifer, your presence is your power. And I was like, whoa. I wrote that down. I keep hearing it over and over again. So I want to reflect that back to people watching this video. If you're an introvert, know that the more that you tune into yourself and explore your inner world, that's going to unlock that fucking magic. Okay? Yeah. When you have presence, when you have that power coming from this inner reserve, that no one can touch that, because it's coming from you. Right? Yeah.
Yes. That is so cool. And kind of crazy, because when you were saying that, I literally wrote, that's her power. Before you said the presence is her power part, I wrote, when you were saying every woman deserves to know that they're beautiful and feel their worth and their value.
Yes.
It's not even just that you deserve it. That's like where everything you're going to accomplish in your life.
Yes.
That is the reservoir that you can pull all the creativity, all the ideas that you're really meant here to be here to do and accomplish. So the more you can tap into that understanding of your worth and hold your value and hold your worth and hold your beauty as a knowledgeable thing, not as an ego thing, as you said, but as a soul thing, my soul is aware of itself.
Yes.
Like my soul is aware that it's here for a reason, that it has these tools and these talents and these gifts.
Yeah.
These are things that we have to know and own for ourselves, because that's your power. Just as you said, that's it. That's, if you're looking for that thing that's never going to run out, the battery that's just going to keep going and going and going, it's found in everything that you were created with, all of the talents, all the beauty, all the gifts, all the just natural faculties that you have. Those are the things that are going to propel you forward and help you make your stamp on the world.
Yeah. It's really about believing, because you're already complete and whole. So if you allow yourself to believe that, and then to allow that to be expressed, really believing it will then unlock that flow to come out naturally. And you will, and then you give yourself permission to keep expressing, and the right people will feel you. They'll be like, you just know, when you're feeling somebody, and they know it's just, I love that phrase by Jay-Z. He said, real recognize real, right? Mm-hmm. So it's true. When you feel somebody and you can feel that they are coming from a place of authenticity, like they are being themselves, you instinctively move towards them. But at the same time, if you meet someone that's kind of fake, then you're like, okay, that's not, intuitively, energetically, we know. We don't have to like say it out loud. We just know what is real, Yeah,
we're attracted to freedom.
Yeah.
People who are authentic are free. And people who
amen, sister,
feel that they can't be authentic, they're constraining themselves because of whatever reason that they're at in their journey, and that's okay. But we're always going to be attracted to freedom, because we're naturally
free.
We're naturally free beings. So we are attracted to those who have attained that for themselves.
Love it. Ooh, this was the favorite part of the conversation so far. Okay, so I would love to know if you could share one tip to help introverts to embody who they really are. And I feel like you've touched upon that with like helping them find what lights them up and to be creatively expressive. But if you could share like one tip to share with our viewers today, what would that be?
One tip to help
introverts to embody like who they are, feel confident, and to really embody, to be comfortable with who they are.
Yeah, sure. I would, so many are coming into mind. Let me pick one. Well, since I'm a stylist, I'll go with the fashion tip. Or fashion tip, I guess you could say. It's always good to have things that you can wear on your physical body that have a story that feels empowering to you. Whether that's a ring or a necklace or a shirt as you look around your wardrobe and the things you already have, find things that are significant to you in a positive way, that inspire you or remind you of something that made you happy, was given to you by someone who made you happy. And do your best every day to put something on in your entire ensemble that has a story to it, that is one of those kind of, I call them hot items. It comes from my acting days, the term, but I call them hot items. So like, for example, this ring that I'm wearing, it's a tree. I bought this for myself when I was 18, and I bought it because it was a big accomplishment for me for a lot of reasons to get to 18. And to get to 18 in the mentality and the person I was very proud of myself. And so when I wear it, and I wear it a lot, I know that that's what it means to me, even if nobody else does, you know? And it gives me that confidence. It reminds me of who I am. And I take a second to think about that. So if every day you just pick one thing that has a story that makes you smile a little, and you put that on, it has a magical effect. Do that every day for a month. It has a magical effect on your confidence and your constant awareness of you and your journey. Mm-hmm. And just knowing that you've been on a journey, no matter where you are in your day, that there's all these days before, and that you've made it here to this moment, whatever that moment be. It's an empowering feeling. And so I think that whenever we're empowered, we feel strong enough to be free. Mm-hmm. And so that is what I would share with my introverted loves, is that, just put that hot item on. Just anything. Could be a shirt, could be a jacket, could be something small, could be socks. It could be your hair tie. It's like, it has a story to it. You were the only one who has to know the story, and you were the only one who has to find the story important. But just pick one thing. Just take that extra time to just, that extra 30 seconds to go, oh, what's something that feels important? Oh, I'll put that on with this outfit. And see what happens. Just do that every day.
I love that. It's simple, but it's also profound. When you find something that gives you joy, that gives you meaning, it's a physical reminder. And that physical reminder, it like wakes up a feeling inside you. And that's the feeling that if you do that regularly, like you're saying, if you do that for 30 days, your presence will slowly become even more stronger, because again, you're tuning into yourself. You're giving yourself permission to say, I love whatever it is. Like, I love these earrings. Do you see these? Yeah. So I love green. I love gold. It's kind of tribal. I don't know. I just love it. So I wore them today because I was just feeling it. So like Bianca said, you don't have to explain it to anyone else. You just wear it. And that's like a sacred act of self-love for you. And that unlocks this magic. It really, really does.
Yeah. It really does.
Hey, yes. Okay. Would love to know, what are you working on now, and where can people find you, Bianca?
Oh, well, right now I am creating packages to work with more female entrepreneurs online to help them define their style and create a wardrobe that is an extension of them, so that they can feel comfortable in all of their branded content. Again, movie or videos, speaking engagements, travel engagements, photo shoots, creating a wardrobe where you don't feel like you have to run out and buy something every time something great happens. Yeah. Already having that and using it, honestly, to boost your confidence. My clients often send me text messages saying like, oh, I got so many compliments today, or oh, I have this gig coming up and I already know what I'm going to wear. And that freedom of already feeling so prepared and knowing that you're going to feel like a queen without the last minute running around and going to 5 different malls and all that all that other stuff. That's an amazing feeling, and I'm loving. I love helping. So I'm creating a lot of packages to help support in that way, because that's the feedback I'm getting. And so those would be coming out fairly soon, probably around July, mid-July. And I'm revamping my website, but it will be at lastweekslooks.com. So check that out. And I'm also on Facebook at Last Week's Looks, or you can friend me and keep up with my fun fashion-y life with my on Instagram at Last Week's Looks. And so, yeah.
Cool.
I'm always in the QVBI community group too.
Awesome. Awesome. So I wanted to thank you, Bianca, for being here. You really, I feel in my heart that your interview is going to help bridge the gap for a lot of women, especially introverted women who maybe see beauty and style as something that's outside of them. But I hope that this interview and the whole series in general is helping, will help everyone watching know that it's really about your presence. It's about you being present to your own natural gifts, and then to honor that in however you choose to express that, and then showing up for yourself first, and then you can show up for others. And then dressing yourself is not materialistic, and it's not selfish. It's really about, it's a sacred act of self-love. I really believe that. So thank you so much, Bianca, for sharing your insights, your advice, and your story. I know you're going to inspire a lot of people. So
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So for more support, if you would like some help with feeling more confident, to be more visible as an introvert, I created a special free gift. You can check it out. I'm going to include the link, but it is dawningsoul.com, free visibility tips. So they're like really short little videos to give you some bite-sized nuggets of wisdom to help you be visible, but in a way that feels sustainable, that feels like you're nurturing your own spirit, because it's easy to say, go out there, just put yourself out there. But what I've learned is about being visible, you have to feel a sense of safety within yourself. And then when you do that and you give yourself what you need on a regular basis, then going out and putting yourself out there doesn't feel as scary. It's more about sharing versus, oh shit, I'm out there, this feels, unsafe. The more that you continue to fill that inner reserve for yourself, then you'll be of greater service to other people. And like Bianca mentioned, we're always in our Quiet Voice Big Impact community. It's a private Facebook group. So if you would like to connect in real time, we are there. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching this video, watching this series. We're going to have more to come. But just thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. I've loved connecting with Bianca and all the other ladies. So just thank you for being here with us. Bye, Bianca.
Bye. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing everyone.
Okay. Bye.